Today we are going to talk about an update from the Crown Princess. We've got changes to the princess pattern. We've got information on booking a reservation in the Medallion Class app and lots of other things to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Wednesday, it's March 8th of 2023, and I want to start off with a quick housekeeping item from our live on Monday night. Yesterday I was so worried about that fraud and scam stuff that I forgot about this. So towards the end of our live, someone mentioned that the news outlets were reporting that a passenger had been killed on Princess. And then still while we were on the live, someone said no, Carnival. So I just wanted to clarify, I have the hardest time talking about these things because it makes me so sad. But a lady indeed died of unknown circumstances when they were on a Carnival cruise in the Caribbean. And so in Nassau, Bahamas, they took her and her husband after she had passed off the ship. And then once they got back to port, the FBI processed that cabin just as they routinely do when someone dies of a cause that they don't know. And so they are investigating that death. And so that is what they were talking about. When we hear more about it, I'll let you know. But I hope that all of our prayers and thoughts, however you do that in your life, will extend to their family of this lady, because it's just sad. And so but I wanted to let you know, no one has been murdered on a princess ship recently. Not since, I think it was 2017 when that man killed his wife on board the Emerald Princess. And so it is such a rare occurrence on any cruise line for that to happen, and I don't think that Carnival should even get a bad rap for that either. No cruise line should, because it's really unfortunate when this happens. So wanted to bring you up to date on that in case you saw our live and were wondering. Now we have an update, but we've got a Let's Go family member on the Crown Princess. Yesterday we were talking about how windy it has been this year, and they're on the cruise round trip from Los Angeles to Hawaii, and they had to miss the port in Nawili. I know I'm not saying that right. But anyway, they had already been there, so no big deal, and they end up getting an overnight in Honolulu instead. And she said that there is way more to do there anyway. So I was really grateful for that update. Now, this is a big deal, you guys. Our Let's Go family member asked on our Facebook group if the name of the Princess Patter had been changed. And if you're new to Princess, the Princess Patter was the daily schedule of events. It has been called that for as long as I know. My first Princess cruise was in 2014. And so one of our wonderful Let's Go family members replied with a photo of their recent sailings. They were on the Sky Princess in February of 2023. It's now called Princess Event Listings. And I know it's not that big of a thing, but you know what? I get event listings when I go to work meetings. When I go to work conventions, I get event listings. So I thought it was so fun that they had the patter. I don't know why they have changed this. There's been nothing released on it. So if anybody has heard anything about why they changed the name from the Princess Patter to the Princess event listings, will you please let us know? I'm sure that it'll still provide the same great information. It literally takes you through the whole day and through the entire evening and lets you know what's going on the whole time and where to go to participate in that. It has a really nice listing. It tells you like which bars are open, which hours, which dining rooms, what hours they are open. It's a really handy reference. And the information about like the schedule of events is available in the app. But the app, you have to go across and up and down to see the whole day. And there's another way that you can view it. I can't remember off the top of my head, but you can make it turn into so that you can just, it goes in order. But I just love a piece of paper still in my life, and so I really enjoy that. Every evening, the room steward brings it, and so in the evening, Gordon and I always like to sit there together and look at it and see what we want to do for the next day and mark what we want to be sure not to miss. And so it's just a fun tradition, and I'm wondering if a bunch of you do that as well. Do you do that, kind of look at it the night before and plan out what you're going to do? I thought that was really fun, and so thank you for that update. And if you're noticing any other changes in addition to it just being calling the event listing, let us know that as well, okay, so that we can all be up to date with it. Now, this is really big news as well. This is a big news day. So Princess, for the longest time, you all have been aware that if you had a Princess Plus package or a Princess Premier package or free dining from anything, specialty dining, if you wanted to make a reservation in the app, you had to pay for it with your credit card. Then when you got on board, you had to go to customer service and get that money back. And it was just a pain. So I wanted to let you know and thank you to our Let's Go family members who let us know. It was Ginny and Brenda said that they have done it. And Brenda was so nice to send me an email that now when you book the specialty dining, you make that reservation in the app. If you have one of the packages, it recognizes that so that you don't have to pay and have to go to the hassle of getting your money back. So she says you go into Dine My Way, you view or book your individual daily reservation, choose the date, of course, add the reservation, choose your party, and then it says at some point you will see a specialty dining credit at the top. Then choose your restaurant and time. At the bottom where you can see, I think it sounds like there's a place you still have to enter your credit card information, and it'll show you how much it costs, but then it subtracts that, and so you don't have to pay anything after all. She also pointed out that, like, if you have the Premier package, so you have two, and especially if you're traveling with someone else, so if you make a reservation, say you are traveling with someone, and you go in and make a reservation for 2 people, together, it's going to use, if you've got the Premier package, it'll use both of your dining credits to cover those 2 people, even though you're not both of those people, right? So she said that she made a reservation, one specialty dining reservation, and it used both of her credits. So in order to do the other specialty dining restaurant, they had to do it in her husband's app, and it used both of his, even though one was for him and one was for her. So they clearly don't have all of the problems, like all the little glitches worked out with it, but it makes me really happy that they're moving that direction. And so it would say to me, and I want to hear from those of you who, as you start doing this, let me know. It sounds to me that if you add other people, you know, other people are going to be on the ship, and you add people to make those reservations using their booking numbers, it sounds to me like it maybe is going to still make you pay for the ones that if you have more people that exceed the number of credits that you've got for free specialty dining. So does that make sense? If you have like 5 or 6 people and you've only got 2 dining, you might have to pay for them and then still go to customer service and try to get that straightened out. But let us know how that works, would you? I've been thinking through all of this, and she sent me this. And I think we're moving in the right direction, though. It's great that they will let you make reservations, at least, you know, in this, if for 2 people, it'll work really easy if you book some on one person's app and on the other. I think it just gets harder when you want a group of you to be able to go to specialty dining together. And the hard thing is you like, you know, if you have 6 people, or I know a family that's going to have 12 people, if you make those reservations and you want to go to the Crown Grill for 6 of you, if you make 2 and then the other people make 2, and, you know, just individually, when you get there, they're not going to plan on you sitting at a table for 6. They're going to plan on you sitting at separate tables. And so that's going to be a different logistic thing than trying to get to eat dinner together. I don't know, truthfully. I get so many emails from people, and from some emails, I feel like on some ships they would accommodate that in the Crown Grill, and others, nope, they won't. And so, yeah, kind of let me know what you find out about trying to make reservations for more people for specialty dining with you. Alrighty, and then this is a helpful travel insurance tip from our Let's Go family member, and I was aware of this. Sometimes I just don't think to say everything that I'm aware of, and so I really appreciate you all. She was looking at her travel insurance, and she called them to clarify a few things, and she said that, you know, you can have a pre-existing condition, like if somebody has high blood pressure, but you need to be stable within 90 days of going on your cruise for the travel insurance to count for that. The way that the insurance looks at that is that your prescriptions have not been changed for 90 days, and so before you go. And so a handy thing to keep in mind, and I love that she's like, so I'm going to go to my doctor and make sure everything is okay, because once I get within 90 days of my cruise, unless we really have to, I don't want my prescriptions changed. And so as you are preparing to go on your cruise and you're thinking about these things, kind of keep that in mind as far as what you, like if you have that pre-existing condition and you want to try to be stable, and there you go, kind of think of it that way. The other thing that I wanted to make sure that everybody knows about travel insurance. It's really interesting as I have the opportunity to visit with people. Some people want the travel insurance just for the medical coverage. Some people just want the coverage thinking they don't want to lose the money that they would lose if they don't get their money back for the actual cruise. And then you have people that are like want both. And so my main concern, and I would tell you this, is cruises are very expensive. So of course you want your money back, and you look at that dollar amount and it's a lot of money. At the same time, if you think of how expensive it is if something happens to you and you have to be evacuated off the ship, or you have to stay in a hospital somewhere for an extended period of time, especially in a place where your medical insurance isn't working, your private medical insurance, it becomes a much bigger deal. So when you're deciding if you want insurance or not, like weigh all of that out in your mind, okay? Because sometimes people board a ship feeling perfectly fine and no history of something, and something unexpected happens. It's not my way of making you afraid at all. It's just my way of saying, like, think through everything and make sure that you make the right choice for you, okay? The last thing that I want to talk to you about today is we've got a Let's Go family member, and she was so kind. She sent me this, and I'll have Gordon put it in here. But what it is how when you're on princess.com and you're looking at your cruises and you go to look at staterooms, you click, do you want the balcony? So you click on the balcony, and then it comes up with, these 3 columns, and you can choose if you just want just the cruise fare, if you want the plus package, or if you want the premier package. The really interesting thing on this is that the price to have the plus package and the price to have the premier package are identical. So on this cruise, she called Princess and of course couldn't get them to honor this. So but the thing that I want to let you know is another Let's Go family member sent me this, like this little thing here that says we're having technical difficulties. This is a screenshot off of his phone. And so I want you to know, I know that they're having lots of technical difficulties. They're having technical difficulties when things show up like this that are clearly wrong. So I'm hoping that they're working on that. And the same thing with this. This was on their app. So just be aware that if you're having trouble, it is not just you. Sometimes I can log into my cruise personalizer now, and sometimes I can't. I still usually, if I log in and can actually get to manage this booking, usually when I click on manage this booking, it brings up that window with a picture of the ship that says they're having technical difficulties. And so I just wanted to let you know, as a public service announcement, don't think that it's just you. It's happening to a lot of people, and so just be patient is all I've got. I don't work there or anything, so I don't know what else to tell you, but hopefully they're working on it. So I hope that these updates help you today. If you've got more updates for us, put them in the comments or send me an email. I love to hear from all of you. If you're on a ship or you have recently been on a ship, we would really like to hear how things are going, and it doesn't matter, like, not just Princess. I'd love to hear about Celebrity. I'd love to hear about Holland America, and then of course always Norwegian and Royal Caribbean, Oceania. I'd love to hear about Oceania. Gordon and I are figuring that out right now. So so many exciting options aren't there? And so put below as well, like what cruises you are looking forward to in your life, whether it's going to be now or just someday. Would love to hear about it. So if you have not subscribed yet, please do. Would love to have you with us, and we actually need to have you with us. If you appreciate these updates, please give this video a thumbs up, and I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.